Happy Thursday, Funsters. A little quicker, shorter intro tonight. Happy Thursday. The damn man is here. Deb is here. Debbie, how are you this fine evening?
I'm doing well. Happy spring.
Spring has sprung. Yes,
Yes.
it is finally here. So winter is over. No more cold weather, although it's still been a little chilly here in the Northeast. I'm sure it's pretty warm down where you are, though, right, Deb?
Yeah. But it's nice. There's no humidity. If I like, I can open the windows. Very pleasant. I've been doing a lot of things around the house. I've got the
Oh, nice little spring cleaning.
very much so. Very much so. Cleaned my kitchen top to bottom. The fridge. I know this is boring talk, but I'm preparing to offload some furniture to the charity tomorrow. So the Flavias will be getting some furniture, and I have some new items to assemble.
Well, Flavia's distant cousins and relatives down in Florida, thank you very much for that.
Yes.
I get some bad news, Deb. We're up against some thick competition tonight. We've got the Tom Gully show is live.
Oh,
Shmuel Buckman, Shmuel is live, and I just got an alert. Uncle Jack, I think, is going live. So we are up against
wait a
titans of
minute.
industry tonight.
Shmuel, I thought he does 6 to 8.
Shmuel's sticking it to us tonight. Shmuel
Oh,
is
Shmuel, I got to have a word with him.
He's firing up a cigar. He's sticking it
Mm.
to us. Come on, this is our night, Shmuel.
Come
Don't make me go
on.
at you like I went
Come
at KB.
on. Kevin ran us off Friday.
Everybody I go after, I take down.
Yes.
I go at Franklin Scheckler. Where's his videos? No more videos from Franklin Scheckler. I go at Chad. Chad disappears for a week. Where'd he go? Where'd Chad go? And then he comes
Well,
back. He looks like he's got AIDS on the Kevin Brennan show today. Like,
Chad is rebranding.
he's rebranding.
I suspect he's rebranding.
Has he been like sticking his finger down his throat? Like, is the guy eating anymore? Like, he looks like he lost another 20 pounds. It looks like he hasn't eaten a week. But Chad, no hard feelings, man. I hope you're
Ozempic.
Ozempic. Yeah, the Monjaro, Ozempic. It looks like he's lost another 20 pounds. He doesn't have another 20 pounds to lose. And this is what I love about all these fatties that do this. I balloon. My weight goes up and down a little bit, but I have muscle. Like when I lose weight, I'm like, oh, Dan looks like really good because he's got muscle. These idiots that have never lifted weights in their life, they go on Ozempic, it all falls off, and then they look like AIDS patients. Like no offense, AIDS patients, as Joe Cubio once famously said.
I think with Chad, I do think he cut back on the drinking. And as you know, when you cut back on the drinking, the pounds initially at least do start rolling off. There's
Absolutely.
a lot of empty calories in beer, especially, and even vodka. People think that's lower caloric intake, but you start mixing it with whatever, and that adds to it. So I do believe the 2 times that I met him, he did seem sober. So I do believe he was stopping. I think he's fallen off the wagon here and there. So, but I don't know if he's on Ozempic or what, because it's going faster and faster. And what happens is you have to lose weight gradually. You see this with people that get gastric bypass. Like look at Al Roker, for example, or Drew Carey.
You want to see my muscles? You want me to? You really want me to? You want me to flex? I got a hoodie on. I can't flex. I'll flex before the summertime. How's that? Give me a couple of weeks to do my Arnold Schwarzenegger presses, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the guns. How's that?
Yeah,
I'll give you the gun show.
Yeah.
Time for the beach.
But when you lose weight really, really fast like that, your skin doesn't have time to adjust and catch up. So I think you do kind of look bad. Drew Carey looks terrible. Al Roker, like I said. And
Metal has a good comment, and this is actually accurate. So one of the things with Ozempic is weird because from what I've heard, and I actually know some people that have tried it, not only does it like take away your appetite, it's almost like the reverse of like pot. Like when you smoke pot or you eat brown, you get hungry and you get the munchies. Ozempic is like, and all these are the opposite. You have no appetite whatsoever. You can go for like days without eating, and like your body doesn't really have like a negative reaction other than you probably feel a little tired. But it also takes away your appetite, or not I say appetite, like booze. Like you don't want to drink booze. Like beer becomes gross again. Like it's like you're 14 years old again, from what I've heard.
Right.
So
Right.
so it turns off all these receptors in your brain. It also doesn't allow you to digest stuff, right? Which is part of why it does that, because your body just shuts down. It also causes anal leakage. Yes.
Oh, Jill Nicoliki.
Yeah, it's not the perfect drug. There are some side effects that are unfortunate, but yeah, these people, and it's addictive too, right? Because it's like Chad is probably, because when Chad went to AC, all these people like KB and some other lady KB, that is, Chad looked cute. Chad looked handsome because he lost like 30 pounds. Like he's always been kind of a little bit of a chunky guy. As one chunky guy to another, one time I lost like 30 pounds. Like I just like did like keto and I worked out and I just quit booze for like a year and I dropped like 30 pounds. And people are like, Dan, you look fucking great. And it's like, that feels good, man. When you've kind of been like a little bit of a, a little bit on the portly side for a little bit, people, that's good. And I think, I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but Chad, now it's time to work in some weights, hit the legs, hit the chest. Chad would look great if he put on some muscle, but he's got no muscle. So now, like any weight that he loses, now it like looks.
He's just doing cardio because he does his walk arounds.
Yeah, he's just doing the 10,000 steps, and he's not eating, and he's
Right.
probably having a little
And
bit
he's
of
probably
half a handle of
dehydrated.
Cheetos.
Well, he's probably dehydrated.
Yep.
Because I'm sure you're not eating, you're not getting nourished, you're not getting your vitamins, and so I can see that too. But anyway,
Ronnie Payton says, haha, you were fat. Yeah, I was like, I'm a former fatty. Like right now, I'm like a little overweight. Right now, I'm like on
hunch
the
fatty,
precipice.
what was the hunch level?
I was never Melton level. No, I
No
was
hunchies. Okay.
I was like almost Patrick Tomlinson level. Let's put it that way. Like I was kind of, I had not Patrick Tomlinson in Scotland level where he looks like Kool-Aid man, but like
Right.
Patrick Tomlinson a little bit overweight. Like that's
When he
me at
was
my
when
best.
he was first starting to get a couple roles, Patrick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
having a
yeah.
little, a little bit of a spare
Patrick in
tire
the
there.
yard with the fighting sticks, that kind of Patrick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
spinning
yeah.
the bow
Whatever
or
they're
whatever in
called. Yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah.
I thought Boomia was guessing at some point. Boomia Saturday night. So I've been listening to the fans. I've been listening. People are like, "Oh, I go back to how you used to be. We want you to go back." We're kind of turning it back the clock a little bit. So you'll probably notice, not that we're not, and because people got on me. I said I never want to say the D word again. People are like, Dan said he's not doing the devil verse. I'll still do a little bit, like I'm not going to be defined. My show is not like other shows. So if you're here for, then we'll play some clips and we'll do the Dooms and the Stalins and the my lost interests and that stuff and whatnot. But that's not what this is. This is and they even put it in the title tonight. This is a hang. This is, getting together. It's about having a chill night. So it's not about that. I don't ever want to be the MLC KB clip show hour. Like I don't ever want that to be this show. And we were kind of getting a little bit, we were kind of leaning
Clippy.
a little too much in. We were getting a little clippy. We were getting
Yeah.
clippy, and I want to pull it back. I want to have more guests. I am in the, I see, I get a little bit of a teaser for everybody. I am deep in negotiations, and Deb can attest. I shared the DMs because me and Deb, we share DMs. So like if you DM me, you're DMing Deb because I'm going to show her exactly what you say. I'm deep in negotiations with a VIP that will be, that will turn some heads. People will be like, wow, I can't believe Dan got this person. So I am deep in negotiations with said person. So they hopefully, fingers crossed, will be on the show in the next couple of weeks. But Boomia is back in the mix. We're going to start doing more shows with him. We might even do some Rumble. Now I have Rumble. So like Boomia this Saturday will probably start on YouTube like for the first hour. And then once he starts being Boomia, then we're going to flip over to Rumble. So if you haven't followed on Rumble, I would recommend you follow. I don't care. Like, I don't care if you watch. We're not monetized right now. We're hopefully going to be remonetized in another month or so. But I'm not like dying to be remonetized. I'm not expecting. We're probably going to get Chad numbers. We're probably going to get $20 or less in super chats. So like I'm not. I have no expectation of being rich or turning on
This
the
isn't the
faucet.
beggy. This isn't the beggy
This is not
show.
a beggy. That's another. This is not a beggy show. I'm not going to be like an Aaron M. Holt and tell you like when family members, it's their birthday. You know he went on the show. I think it was this morning or yesterday, and he said it's my daughter's birthday, so you should donate. If you don't donate, you don't like kids or something. Like what a fucking weirdo this guy is. I mean, he's just.
Well, I mean, Dan, did you donate the sperm to make that daughter? Then I don't think you're responsible to buy the daughter a gift.
Yeah, and if the kids don't, yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about him, but yeah.
I'm sure her stepdad provides nicely for Ashley's children.
Yeah. Oh, that's the kind of family where the stepdad is really like the dad,
the real
really,
dad, yeah,
the real dad. Like his kids probably they still call him dad, but they think of stepdad's like the cool stepdad. He's the one that really is the one that's like taking them to school, helping them do their homework. Probably is very nice to their mother, unlike Aaron, who allegedly was not a very nice husband. Right. You can read through the lines on that one. So yeah, it is what it is. So anybody that uses your kid as a fucking prop to beg for spare change, it's so pathetic. T Gun says Chad had a filter on his camera today. Look at Chad's show yesterday and Monday. He's not as thin as he was today. When he went to his room, his face was normal today. Stop trying another work. Okay. I'm not. So like, this is another thing. Let me give you guys another thing. Cause I've gotten a lot of shit over the years. Oh, Dan, you say you don't like KB, but then you send him money or and I don't want to spend too much time on I don't even want to talk about him, to be honest, but I do want to say one thing. I used to religiously at least watch KB, cause it's at the end of the day, I work, I have a real job. So like, this is not my job, my number one job. Like some people want to pretend that they're radio people on YouTube or on Rumble Rants or whatever. This is just a little bit of a, a side hustle, just a little bit of a fun hobby. So I look at it that way, but I would try to catch KB every once in a while. It was appointment viewing in some ways. It was like, okay, I'll kind of wrap up the end of the day. I'll be doing my emails. Maybe I'll have one meeting at the end of the day. And then I kind of can relax, watch KB, maybe sit on the couch with my wife or something. Those days are over. It's not appointment viewing. I will maybe flip in just to see who's on. Like today, I kind of flipped over just to see it was Chad and Dave Sarah. I watched about 30 seconds and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to move on to my next thing. I'd rather watch BYB at this point than I would like, Chad or, KB. I mean, even Melton is more entertaining and fun. Like at least he's trying something.
I enjoyed Melton's show. I mean, I'm not into the Aaron stuff as much as a lot of his fans are, his main fans, but I did watch a little bit of that. I like his Michael Ray Bauer. When he talks about Michael Ray Bauer, he has he's introduced me more to his life and everything. So it's interesting to see what Bauer's up to all these years later. He seems like he's doing well and, out there in LA. But I enjoy Patrick Melton because Patrick Melton just can analyze these guys. And it's not just this like, oh, look, he stuck out his tongue. Oh, look, he's got a snot in his nose. Oh, look, there's cat shit on the floor. And it's like really good analysis that he does on Chad, on Aaron even,
and then Melton will actually crack a couple of jokes every once in a while, which a lot of these shows, I mean, even Kevin Brennan, the last couple of times I've watched, he just turns on a clip and he doesn't even say anything. And he just eats his crackers.
It's like,
it's going to be a short show today. If you don't send, and basically the threat is if you don't send me money, it's going to be a short show.
I'm turning it off. Yeah.
Oh, I'm all caught up. Better send those super chats or it's going to be a short show.
Give a little bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Was it Pavlov's dog? I was going to say Povo's dog. But
Mama B says Dan is trying to get Bauer on NPS since KB said he wanted to get him on MLC. Is that the theory?
That's interesting.
That's an interesting theory. Somebody asked, I meant to put it up here, more like gay, more like gay B. Um, Hi, Reveresco, aka
Hey,
Caverlock.
hey, Caverlock. Where's Bubbler?
Okay, here we go. Deb, you on FetLife?
No.
Are you familiar? Do you know about FetLife? Do you know what this is all
Isn't
about?
that kind of like when you're looking for a kink? So,
Yes.
if
So
you're into diapers and you want to meet other people into
if you were
diapers.
you were diaper so inclined,
Is that
um,
Hildy's wife?
yes, this is
Oh gosh,
oh shoot, I got to be careful on this.
why?
Stop screen because
Gonna show your
fucking
account number?
no, but they've got this is the problem with the ONA forums thing. I can't go and bring up screenshots because there's always somebody showing dick or poop or boobs or something. So
Okay,
like,
look at it, preview it first, then and see
okay,
if it's good.
yeah, let me.
Yeah.
I should have. Fuck. Now I'm gonna have to go back and edit. People are already flagging the channel. I'm sure. Should have not. All right, so here we go. So this is Kishi 107. Whoops.
Kish, kish,
Stop,
kish.
stop, 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 stop. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Hold on. It's been a while since I put up an image. Stay with me, caller. All right. Remove. No. Stop screen. I'm a bigger boomer than KB right now. Entire screen. Okay, here we go. So do you know Hildy, right?
Yeah,
Eric Hildeman. So he
yeah.
is this guy. We got into me and him were going back and forth. He's an atheist from Wisconsin, and he's thinks that thinks that it's worse to be an online troll than it is to be a non-practicing pedophile. So like as long
Oh,
as
that's
you
I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so as long as you don't fuck the kids, but you visualize having sex with them, as long as you don't act out on it. Even if you're you all you could think about all day is visions of little boys' bums dancing through your head. As long as you don't act on it, you're better than an online troll or somebody that does like a show like mine. That was his whole thing.
Mm.
So he is married, or he got married to this woman. Her name is can't even remember. Forget his name. Anyway, his wife. She has blue hair. She's kind of chubby. Um, the Funsters are such great online sleuths that they looked up some information on his wife, Carrie. I think is it Carrie? Somebody would put it in the maybe the chat.
Oh, and isn't the sister a prostitute
Is
that
yeah
got thrown
oh
in
yeah, that's right.
jail? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hildy's sister is a prostitute, a very cheap prostitute, as a matter of fact. So if you have $50 and you're in the greater Milwaukee area, you too can have sex with Eric Hildeman's sister, Heidi. But this is his wife. We found her, or somebody found her on FetLife. So for those that can, I'll try to read through this. Kishi 107, 40 female mistress from Waukegan, Illinois, married, but in an open relationship with Calamity of Flesh, which I believe is Hildeman when you bring him up. Her
Okay, and he's
roles
on
are
it.
mistress, subleaning switch, goddess, succubus, and her orientation is pansexual. She's active. I live it 24/7. So she is all about the fet life 24/7. She's looking for a long-term relationship, a play partner, or a submissive in events. So they're looking for gangbangs or polycools or whatever they call them these days. She joined in July 2012. So she's been living this life for 12 years. She's been Miss Polycule. About her, oh, and I'm gonna have to go back. I would have to do some editing on this when I go back, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna have
you
to
can't. We
private
can't.
this
Yeah.
afterwards because if you zoom in, you're gonna see some shit. Polyamorous folks, please be on the level with your existing partners before contacting me. I'm here to explore, swing, and play, not cheat. Peace sign. 420 MMJ friendly required. I think MMJ is that marijuana, medical marijuana. I don't even know.
I don't know.
MMJ.
420 is
Ooh, that's
usually
weed.
yeah.
Somebody who's in the life can tell me what MMJ means. Chronic illness and chronic illness and related pains means we blaze a lot around here. So she
Oh, you
has, I
know
think,
what?
Crohn's or IBS or
She's
some
probably
shit.
got fibro. That's
Fibro,
the big one.
Lyme disease,
Lyme disease. Every one of these
long
people,
COVID,
they're all on disability.
any
Shane
disease
Noakes,
that'll allow you to not work for a
yeah,
living.
wasn't
She's got it.
Shane Noakes on disability? She's on disability. That little elf guy. What? He lives with his 90-year-old mother that talks like that. You know the guy I'm talking about. What's his name? McNutter.
Oh yeah.
McNutt.
Right. Hi, this is Brian. I
Yeah.
haven't did Brian McNett one. Hi, I'll have to work on that one. But Brian
Yeah.
McNett actually showed back up on the scene recently. Okay, so and then her last note is AMAB folks preferred to be shooting blanks. Do you know what AMAB is? AMAB?
No, I don't.
And this one I had to Google because I just had to do it on my phone because I didn't know what it was. AMAB. Anyone in the chat know what AMAB is before I give the reveal?
No, that's
Probably
an
medical
MMG.
known.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe. Listen to fake Red Bar. Red Bar's watching. Full sip.
Yes. Okay. Well, sorry.
All right, so we'll go give it to you. AMAB is assigned male at birth. So she
okay.
prefers even if you're kind of chicky, kind of bitchy, twink. Maybe if you're twink, you still want to be assigned male at birth. Only blanks. And this is the money. This is a money line of all. Only hubby gets to breed me. Parentheses hard limit. So
okay.
So only Eric gets to shoot inside of her.
Okay.
Everybody else has to pull out.
You have to play around the edge.
I don't think there's a lot of condom use going on with this this lifestyle. I think there's a lot of raw dogging and herpes and all kinds of stuff. It's always with these polycules, other than the Ricada one, which is, as far as polycules go, like, not that like Ricada, I'd want to be in the same room with him naked, but April could kind of get it, April.
Probably, yeah.
You would you get down with the polycule with April?
Oh, no.
Would you be up in them guts?
No. She's been around.
And then they found that the funny thing with the Ricada house was she was living in the side house.
Yeah.
And they had the pictures of the bathroom and the shower, and the shower had this Vagisil cream or like Vagisil soap or something. It's like, oh man, she's got a rotten snatch.
Oh.
So that was interesting. So the theory, and I don't even know if this is true or not, but people are saying that Hildy's getting a divorce. So I guess
aren't they all? KB, Hildy.
Yep. Well, KB really got a divorce, right? I mean, we verified that, didn't we?
What, from Zuli? No.
Zuli Beth?
No, we don't know, but it seems like it.
It's funny. He's like talking. I don't know if you've caught it a little bit, but he's talking about her and his family a lot more. He's getting all pissy-eyed about stuff.
Yes. He wanted to show. That's why he had the screwdriver the other night.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because he was going to say he was going to take down the wedding picture to show it to us. Like,
oh, was he?
And he said something on another show like, oh, that she's like over here or like in earshot. But he did say something very telling. And I noticed this, and I think I had mentioned this to you, and Melton also noticed this, and he mentioned it on his show. He said the other day that he had to do a short show. That's also his can rattle. But he said he had to do a short show because he had to do parental duties, take care of parental duties. And then he dropped, but not for long.
Yeah. Well,
not much
longer. Julie probably had a dinner date that she had to go out for, and she had to watch the kids for, a couple hours.
Which could mean a couple things. It could mean, well, they're going to be getting out of, summer's coming. They'll be out of school soon. So he doesn't have to pick them up or whatever he has to do with them. So not much.
Okay, I like where you're going with this. Or tell me.
Or not much longer because she's taking the kids and going, and that's it. That's how I read it first. And
speculate. Not for long. Not much longer.
Speaking of gossip and chit chat, uh, the next,
Being
the
married
next.
to a woman is for piazzas. Very true. In fact, as a reminder, don't be a piazza. Smash the like, subscribe. Find us
And
on. Send Deb money on FetLife.
Foot Life. I'm on Foot Life.
She's on FootLife.
Where's Reels? Where's Reels? He likes my feet.
I was going to show. So I, like I said, I don't want this to be a clip show, guys. But I am obsessed with Hackverse Anonymous. I think people know that on the Reddit machine. Brendan will steal Nikki Norton. Have you seen the boobs show that they used to do? Are you familiar with that? Boobs talking about boobs. Do you know what that is?
No.
All right, let me see if I can bring this up. I guess somebody used to. I don't know if they co-hosted the show or whatever, but all these like females in the
You know what? I
Dabbleverse.
saw this. There was like a guy host, and I thought he was auditioning people. I didn't know what
Auditioning
that was.
people,
Like
like
as a co-host. Wasn't that what
oh,
it
okay.
was? Because there were, or was it just? I don't know. I saw clips of it a long time ago. I didn't really know what it was.
I've seen a few movies where they were auditioning girls in hotel rooms. That's where you were going with
Well,
it.
you
First
could
timers, number
you could
one.
always audition. What Kish there?
Oh yeah, Kishy
Kishy.
169 or whatever. Boobs, talking about boobs. You know who this is?
Is that Dirty Dalish?
Dirty Dalish. Okay. What's her story? So she's a sex worker, right? She's got OnlyFans. Is that her deal?
OnlyFans, yeah.
I might have Googled one of those because she does stuff with that mint. What's her mint salad autistic chick? Do you know her?
No, I only know Dirty Dalish through NLO. She used to be in the chat. She had a thing. Something was going on with her and another chatter. So it's like chat gossip.
Yeah. So if you want to Google Dirty Dalish, you'd probably find something interesting. Okay. Who do you think the next person is? We'll play a little game here. Who do you? Okay. We got a question from Mama B for you, Deb.
She said, Deb, please correct the record about KB's imaginary divorce. You're better than that. Thank you. His kid had a basketball game he had to go to, and they won. Well, let's do that. This is a real family. And you know what? You're right. Mama B, you're absolutely right. That's one of the things.
Could you repeat that again? Repeat that again.
Mama B, who I respect a lot, has always been very kind and has made great points here. Mama B says, Deb, please correct the record about KB's imaginary divorce. You're better than that. His kid had a basketball game he had to go to, and they won.
Yay!
This is a real family with real people involved. And I'm going to concede to Mama B that, you know what? I'm trying to be a better person. I didn't.
Shmuel was trying to tell me that he knew who Mama B was the other day. Did you see that?
No.
Let me see if I can find it.
I've been busy, so I'm not really watching. I'm just.
No, I know you're.
But Mama B, I will stop with the divorce rumors, but please let me have neck lift. I'm proud of neck lift.
I'll have to look it up later. But Shmuel had a theory on who Mama B was, and it was pretty funny. All right, so Dirty Dalish. Okay, then who's the next person? I think you know who that is.
That's Ari Jane. Yep.
The lovely Ari Jane. They did her. Somebody was saying in the chat, you did her a favor by not showing a picture of her with her mouth open. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Jane, I have no idea. This poor girl. Who is that?
That's our friend Lady KB.
The lovely,
looking
sultry
stellar
Lady KB with those beautiful blue eyes. Do you know who this is?
That's is that Stormy with two
Yes.
E's? Stormy.
The lovely Stormy. You know who that is?
Flavia.
It does look like it does look like my wife, kind of.
Is that Elisa Jordana?
Gina Levy.
Wow, I didn't even recognize her. Wow, Gina looking good there.
Looking
Gina
like a
Levy.
snack.
Oh
A little
yeah.
filtered.
Yeah. Gina looking good.
Oh, okay, I gave it up, but the lovely Dechua. I'm not convinced that Dechua is real. Can
Why?
I?
No,
I think she might be AI. I
No,
think
no,
she might.
no. No, Detroit is real. She was on a show with, was it BYB? One of these Hollywood squares where there's 6 people on. And she was on, and she is a real person. And she's pretty.
Sex workers and grandmas.
grandmas.
These are lovely. These are the lovely ladies of the Dabbleverse. Please.
Mammy. Yes, that could have been Mammy. Mammy.
Who was me? Oh, the Gina
Mommy.
Levy?
No, Mommy. FKA Mommy.
What's Mommy? What? I know who she is, but where was she?
The one that looked like the one that was Gina Levy that I thought was Elisa Jordana or Flavia. Could have been Mommy.
Dr. Chow says she's real. I want proof. Dechua, if send out the bat signal for Dechua. I need you to just come on for like 30 seconds. Just come on camera. You can wear like a disguise. I just need to know that you're real. I need to know that Dechua is not a figment of my imagination. Because there's a lot of these like Stella B people, Doodle, Ava, that are kind of like, I don't know if they're real or not. Like there's a little bit of a fakeness.
Real. Doodle's real. And she doesn't show her picture. She usually has avatars. I've been talking to Doodle for a long time.
Shades Cal, I know you're real. I've heard
Cal, we know
you're
real,
lovely, yes. And you're real. So we're not you're exempt from this. But there's some other people that are a little I'm a little concerned that they might be real or not. But if people say Dechua's real, I'll take your word for it. But I'd like I'd like some visual proof.
She's real, you know.
Okay.
The women don't always have to prove themselves.
We are pro woman on this show. I think everybody knows that. This is a pro lady show. So even like I'm playing this, I'm not doing this to make fun of anyone. I just thought this was kind of, it just piqued my interest. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I'm going to just make a little bit of a comment here. There's so much more to life than boobs, guys. I mean, I love boobs as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong. But you don't have to resort to talking about your boobs. Although I guess if Dirty Dalish is the host, I guess she's going to resort to the sexual angle.
Dirty Dalish gives me sort of like Danny Brand energy.
She's kind of creeps me out.
Big fucking tits.
Figure since we're talking about boobs, you got to play that. But it's not all about, like, we love you for your personality and your mind, ladies. There's a lot of charming ladies. I don't even care what you look like. I just, but we're equal opportunity here. We even like the gays. We even like the trans. We like
the trans, the gays. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it was, I don't know if you saw it this morning online. MGD was asking Flat Cat.
Speaking of, yes.
Speaking of the trans, MGD was asking Flat Cat what happened with KB, and she said, "Well, I said something about Trump, and so he banned me for 4 years or whatever." And then the guy said, "What did he say?" Or no, he later on, or I think in the same chat, that thread, he said something like, "MGD, you could sit on at any time" or something. And then Flat Cat responded, "No homo." And MGD got a little mad. I thought it was funny.
I think that's.
Oh no, I get it, Kay. I wasn't I wasn't saying that you came up with the name, and it was fun. Like and we'll play your quote. So yeah, nothing negative. I just a small little thing. Whoever came up with the show,
Shades Cal, for the longest time, I thought Shades Cal was a guy because I just assume, I make that assumption.
Shades Cal's a sister, as far as
yes, good.
We love the sisters on this show.
We do. Shades Cal, I thought was a guy for the longest time because I just assume almost everybody like in the chats are guys.
Well, you assume that like 90% of the people in a chat, if it's kind of unknown, you're gonna say, okay, it's a dude, right?
Right.
But all right, let's play a little bit more of this.
somebody's got Twitter polls out about.
So that we got Stormy, Dirty Dalish, and the lovely KB on the panel.
All these females in this community and who's gonna fuck who or whatever. I saw one of those today.
Oh, it's like who's hotter? It's like no. Does anybody care?
Deb, do you care? Who's the hottest gal in the DV? Deb.
They're all lovely. They're all lovely.
I think there's a lot of pretty,
they're
very
all
pretty women.
unique. So everybody,
Yes.
If you like them thick, there's a couple thickies. If you like them real thin,
You like them obnoxious and thick,
Yeah. If you
that's
like
what I
them,
can introduce you to.
if you like them thin, there's thin. If you like them, curvy, voluptuous, you've got all the choices. People like Dirty Dalish is popular.
Shades Cal has and I agree with you. And by the way, I wasn't pressuring anyone to like, oh, you got to send a picture or you have to put I get it. Women get picked on for their looks more than anybody. And, look no further than KB, who's, pretty attractive woman. And she's, people pick on her. So yeah, you can't win.
She's been getting a lot of shit in Hackverse lately. And it's not right.
That Jesse Angel girl was being called a gorilla, and she's just like Puerto Rican or something. I don't know. So it's not. I'm not a big fan of people making fun of each other's looks.
I don't care. It's so silly.
I just think it's funny.
Whatever.
Smash or pass, Ray.
What do you think, Deb? Smash or pass, Ray?
You got to pass. He's not interested. He's asexual. He's admitted that, and you'd have to pass. Thank you, Metal.
Pass. Ray, I love you, but you ain't my type, and he ain't. I'm not his type, so whatever. Pass.
Yeah, I gotta.
Not my type. Yeah, we know. We get it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We get it.
Pass too.
Not muscular enough. He does. Did you see that he got caught with? I guess he follows all these like female bodybuilders or something on Instagram. Did you see that about Ray?
Who, Ray?
Ray. He's big into like bodybuilder chicks. Okay. So he's definitely has a type.
He would like Missy. He would probably like Missy B.
Oh, I think him and Missy B would be like two peas in a pod. They would be perfect for each other. Because he probably wouldn't even have to have sex with her because she doesn't seem very like a very sexual person.
Right.
Just my guess. She seems more of the caretaker type, but definitely the physique I think that Ray likes.
He called you.
Is that Rose? By the way, I gotta give KB a little bit of props here. She's got the matching sweater, the headphones, and then the rose to match. So
I love it.
Their outfit
I love it.
Wine.
Old, he always insults women on his stream. He's like, he called that beautiful Tracy Jane old. He's like, oh, you're too old for Leonardo DiCaprio. And she's like, what? I'm like, you're rude. You're so rude.
I get that.
That's my biggest problem with Ray. One of my biggest pet peeves with Ray is he gets like these like pretty interesting women on his show, and he doesn't know how to talk to them at all. I can't even believe that some of them go back on every time.
You want to know who my favorite woman in the Dabbleverse is right now, and you know it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my favorite woman.
Who's right now? Who is my favorite woman in the Dabbleverse? And it's somebody Ray has had on.
Oh, Hope.
Hope. Yes.
In fact, let me see if I can bring up a Hope video. If you guys haven't seen Hope Gutierrez, she's
a trip.
She is awesome. And and it was funny, FKA Mommy was getting all pissed in the chat because I think FKA Mommy's a little scared that Hope's gonna steal her crown. Let me see if we can just pull up a little bit of this. I love how I start off the show. We're not going to be a clip show, and it's just like, all right, let's just go to the clips, guys.
Oh,
you don't think that looks like me at all?
I didn't mean to be like, I thought it looks cool. It doesn't look like you. But like, not that. Yeah, not to. I was not trying to be a diss. I was like.
By the way, I didn't have like this timestamp. I'm just like, just jump in the middle. With a Hope show, you can just jump in wherever, and it's just going to be chaos. And this, okay. Oh, this is the one when it was at her house. The other night she did one, and she was live at a bar. Did you see that? Where she was like
the end of it. She was like it looked like in a stock room,
like a liquor cabinet.
The back room.
Could you imagine that? Like Yeah, Ray, I'm out right now, but hey, but let me go in the back closet with all the whiskey bottles, and I'll get on your show with you.
No. I'm
separately. I don't.
yeah, I think it
But fuck
looks
you, it's a
like
podcast. Oh, you're not
Yeah.
cool.
Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. Ray, shut the fuck.
He never says that name right, Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray.
Yeah. You know what?
It's Mr. Rapey Ray.
The only thing that drives me insane with Hope is her touching her hair constantly. Like,
yeah, she does.
It's it's like she's got beautiful hair. She definitely, she
definitely moisturizes.
What God didn't give her in vocal ability or sound, He gave her in hair.
Do you think she's like part deaf or something? Like her?
No, but the roommate sounds deaf.
The roommate is definitely deaf.
The roommate
is definitely deaf.
Like the deaf voice.
Yeah, that was annoying. Dumb Vito. He doesn't know the difference between a corned beef sandwich and a Reuben. I think he even called it corned beef, like not corned, like he called it corned beef. I guess with the way I talk, you wouldn't know what I'm saying either. So I guess I can't hold it against him. But yeah, Ray is really dumb. Let me see. I asked a super chat for Hope. Let's see what I asked. Whenever Hope comes on, like Ray, just so you know, if you bring Hope on, you're getting at least $6 from me. Like that's, I can't do a Hope show without like.
Are you, Dan? Are you funneling your KB money now into Hope?
All my KB funds are going to the Hope Gutierrez.
Are you done with KB sending him money? Are you out of the KB business or not quite? Be honest.
As people know, I do have a problem. I have an addiction to super chats. I'm working on it. I'm seeing a counselor. But yeah, I'm my goal is
counselor. I'm like,
you're my counselor.
Every time I turn,
you're my sponsor. I call up Deb. I want to send $2 to KB and make fun of how much money he made yesterday. Stop me, please. Stop me.
I'm like, enough. Don't give him another penny.
But if I do, what I do want to do is support smaller shows, right? If it's like WinB or BYB or something like that, I'll throw them $2. Little Lemmy or somebody, like I'll give them $2. But
we're still kind of small, so we can't. Well, you smaller than like the big dogs. But
I want people to know that I'm like spreading the wealth, right? That I'm supporting the community. So let's see what Hope had to say.
You know what? They went to the ALCS. I get it. There's still the Indians to me. I'll call them the tribe. Go tribe. Still the tribe. That's what I'll say.
I'm here for it. I regretted it so hard. But I'm going to New Orleans for Jazz Fest. Like that is happening.
Okay, so this is okay. We're just gonna do this about Ray, and then we'll move on to something else because I don't want to give Ray too much time here. One of the other annoying things about Ray is he'll ask a question, and then he won't let the person he'll ask it, then he'll cut them off, and then he'll question what they're saying and push back on it, and then totally distract them, and then they try to get back to the question, and then he goes on he's just can't. I don't know if it's because he drinks so much or he's scatterbrained or what. I mean, I guess I kind of have that same problem too, Deb. So I guess you probably could say the same.
Well, Johnny Gibbons in the chat says the Flobster is now shoeless.
Flavia, yeah, she's getting fewer trips to Aldo for shoes for Flavia because of my crippling super chat addiction.
Financial caprice. I want to read the whole thing.
You're going for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, that was.
And then what happened? It sounded like it wasn't good. Yeah, it sounded like it wasn't.
That was drunk and okay. So it was, the boss of my old bar is a diehard Eagles fan, and halfway through the game.
Hey, guess what? You're wasted. You've been drinking all night. Who knew that was?
And I had friends and comics in New Orleans.
And KB, same. We fucks with Hope on this show too.
Free,
huge Hope fans.
So I was like, bitch, I'm going. You come in. What's up? And then, when he sobered up, he was like, yeah, no, I can't actually fucking do that, Hope. And I was like, oh man, if you're not, I still have the hookup, but
you're like, I'll bring my hook.
Flush, and yeah, so I decided to be responsible, and I very much
voice.
It sounds like he said, "Forget it." No offense. It sounds like he made
but that isn't. Fuck him. What? I still have a free place to stay. I still get comedy shows and shit, But seeing someone else adult was like, maybe I should adult. you know, yeah. So, yeah, I adulted, and I regret.
So you
I
didn't
learned
go,
in
yeah.
life that like I regret things I didn't do far more often than things I have done. You know,
What did you not do? I mean, you couldn't
I
go to
did
the
not go
Super
to New
Bowl.
Orleans for the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that's also like in your head what you pictured it to be. You can't just get on.
Beloved chatter says they're both cartoon characters.
Yep.
That exactly,
Mhm.
100%. That's why I love Ray. That's why I love Hope. Elise a little bit to a lesser. She's cool, but she's not like as cartoon. Hope is just cartoonish. Like she seems like a sweet person. And she's revealed a lot. And it seems like every episode she reveals something else about her. You're like, whoa, like Hope,
Right.
you like anal sex. Whoa, Hope, you did this, and whoa, Hope, you like wow. That it's she's a very interesting backstory.
A plane
Yeah.
going into work.
And she said she is such an open book, and he misses all the signs.
He misses so much.
Totally wants to get with him, and he just misses it. Or you can tell, like if you watch his face, if she says something a little bawdy, he gets uncomfortable. And
Hope is the kind of gal, because and the gentlemen out there are going to know what I'm talking about. Hope's the kind of gal that is fun. Okay, she's a fun girl. What does a fun girl mean? She's the kind of girl you probably could talk up at the bar, buy a couple of drinks, and I'm not saying she's gonna bang you, but she'll hang out with you, right?
You know
She's a
yeah.
fun gal.
She's the kind of girl that's going to tell you when you get in the cab that she knows where there's an after-hour party, and you're just next thing you know, you're going to be there taking Molly.
Yeah.
You know,
For the guy was
Yeah.
to say, she's the kind of girl start giving you a handy in the taxi on the way home. That too. She's a goer. Yes,
she's
exactly.
a goer. Exactly,
She's a goer.
beloved.
The voice is a deal. Voice ain't that voice ain't a deal breaker for me. Back in the day, I could get around the voice.
That's
Orleans,
the
but-
voice, like, if you did AI, like that's the voice you imagine Michaeline to have. That
Yes.
raspy, like 70-year-old
Hi, this is
smoker.
Magdalene.
Like Michaeline has the voice that you would think Hope would have. They're switched or something going on there. Definitely.
Like I'm going to the
Well,
Super Bowl.
I didn't think I was gonna go get into the game, but like also like okay, New Orleans, there's no open container laws, so everyone's drinking in the streets.
That's
Like,
what determined that no open container law is what that's
well,
what
no.
was your
First
selling
of all, have
point.
you been to New Orleans?
Yeah. But I mean, just the fact there's no.
Hope's the kind of girl too. Like you take her on a date, and then like a week later, you're like, I think I'm dating this chick, right?
Yeah,
She's like hanging out with me, and like you didn't really like ask to go out with her. It's just like she's kind of like chumming around with you, and sleeping over. And it's like, wow, I think this chick's my girlfriend.
Dr. Chow. Yeah. Dr. Chow has some backstory here. He says,
"Oh yes,
in this episode, Hope explains how she worked for a pickup artist. Coincidentally, we had the world's most famous pickup artist, Vince Kelvin, on Mere Musk back in the day, and he broke down some Ray clip. So that'd be interesting.
So I know what Chow's talking about. So I don't know where this timestamp is. It might have even been the next episode, because she's actually been on a bunch of times recently, which is awesome. That Ray is like getting her in a rotation. Like you should have a Hope episode every week. I'm sorry, like this should be like a serialized thing, an ongoing thing. But she got paid $5,000, according to her, to be like a wing chick. So basically, she was hired to like go out with dudes and help them pick up chicks at bars.
Was this the job? I'm sorry to interrupt, but was this the job? I caught part of this. Was this the job she got like off Craigslist?
I think so.
Yes. Which is funny, but that's so funny getting a job off Craigslist.
And then she was talking about that at the bar that she was at, they had a speed dating night, and everybody, if you paid like $38 to like go on dates, and she was calling them all losers. Because Ray's like, would you ever do that? She's like, no, I'm not a loser. It's like for $38. I think they said you get one drink, and you get like 5 speed dates or whatever it was. It sounded fucking awful. So Hope is the kind of girl who would queef the riff to "A Whole Lot of Love" by Led Zeppelin at an Applebee's. She would. You could. Oh, by the way, you could take this kind of chick to Chili's for the margarita night where you get a margarita shaker. She'd
Right.
be in her element. Like
Mhm.
she'd be happy as a pig in shit. With some tacos and the margarita mix. She would love that.
Hope
Well,
it
so
container law
like,
is just
okay. So
selling.
have you ever? Okay, question. Have you been to New Orleans during football season?
No, I've never.
Another interesting tidbit I should tell you about Hope. So the last episode she was on, she was at the bar that she used to work at. So she's from New Orleans, as you heard. You know what the famous drink from New Orleans is? You know what it's called, Deb?
Hurricane.
Hurricane. They
Yeah.
have a drink at her old bar called the Hope Hurricane. And it's a hurricane that you take out a blowtorch and you set it on fire. And it's like a flaming mo, but it's the Hope Hurricane.
Oh,
They still
wow.
have it. You could go to this bar in Astoria. They still have the Hope Hurricane on the menu.
That's great.
Oh, she is Hope is a
She's
prize.
really amazing.
Never gone to
Okay,
New
well,
Orleans for a
they like
football
everybody
game.
they get projectors. They put it on like the sides of buildings and stuff. So like Bourbon Street, Canal Street, Frenchman, all of that. Like the streets are just like everyone's outside drinking, watching that shit on projectors. Like so, it's a whole different vibe. And so yeah. There's no part of me that thought I was gonna get into the game. Like I didn't care about that. It was drinking in the streets and being a fucking
Open
delinquent.
containers. Open containers.
Yeah, that's. I remember like
Sometimes
She never stops touching her hair. she's doing the ponytail.
Yeah.
She's
She's always flipping it forward. I'm jealous. She's got beautiful
I wish I
hair.
had hair like that.
I do too.
sometimes I
telling
think
me.
yeah, sometimes I think no one could be more white trash than me, and then I meet Hope.
I have 3 degrees. How many degrees do you have?
2. I do have an MBA. No, I'm white
Okay,
trash.
well,
I didn't mean that in a
fucking
bad
am.
way. I didn't mean that in a bad way, Hope. I meant
Okay.
that in a respectful way.
Bitch, I party, but I feel like I'm still smarter than a lot of people. I mean, I used to be
Yeah.
like really smart, but my memory is not what it used to be.
Hi, Hope. What's your idea of a perfect first date? What do you like on a first date?
Oh man, copious amounts of free drinks. I don't know, actually.
biggest shocker of all. It's like ply me with drinks.
Yeah.
Open container, number 1. Open.
By the way, Hope is the kind of chick like for those guys that are on like the Bumble and the Hinge. This is who you want to. This is who you want to connect with on Bumble. Like this is like even if it doesn't work out, you're gonna have a date
You're
to
gonna have a
remember.
good time, and there's gonna be no hard feelings. Like
There's
you're
no
always,
way you.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't have a good date with this broad. Like it's gonna be a fucking party. It's gonna be a trip.
Mama B, Hope is like the last resort babysitter my mom would call when she couldn't get anyone else. She'd let us eat ice cream for dinner and stay up late, sneaking sips of her beer.
Yes.
Yes.
Last resort babysitter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say, like, if you're like a 10-year-old and like Hope and like, hey, we got Hope for you for the weekend, and you're gonna order a pizza, and Hope's coming over to babysit you. You're like, yes. It's like there's a 50-50 chance you're gonna get a glass of wine before the night's over. And
Dan, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
Roll Hope. I'll just be right back.
Open container.
Multiple open containers.
What do you like on the first date? Open container, not a law around where I'm going on a date.
That's actually hilarious.
I
went.
I didn't know we were soulmates. Now we sound like soulmates.
No.
I'm joking, Hope. Really?
I know, but I thought the way I said it was funny too. Whatever, bitch.
Yeah.
But actually, so I actually went on 2 first dates this week.
Ooh, 2 first dates. Hope is definitely the 2 first dates a week girl. Like she's swiping left and right. So if you are in the Astoria area, Astoria, Queens, get on the apps, guys, because you too could be a first date with Hope if you play your cards right.
Yeah,
I met
my,
you.
my
The first time
friend.
I met you, you were on a first date at SantaCon.
No, that was not a first date.
Oh, he was a cool
we were
guy. I like that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, we were just friends. Like he wished
Okay.
it was the first date, but
Wow. I thought he was handsome, dude.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
like
fucking
no,
handsome.
like I think like well, like it
You'd
was
be
just
a little
also like
much
a
though
timing
for a
thing.
dude.
Like we like I no honestly at that point we were just like really friends. I think later there was like a maybe like
Later, there was like a maybe little yeah, maybe
oh maybe we could be more, and I was like, no, we're friends, bro. Like
No, but
but
I honestly, like, as a friend of yours, I could see you being a lot for a dude.
I'm a lot for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. I could see you being like, oh wow. It's like when you order something at a restaurant, like, oh, I didn't know there'd be this much on my plate. I thought there's a lot on my plate. Yeah.
That's why, that's why I don't, like, why put that all on one person, Like, I think,
That's how you have all the dudes.
yeah,
You get dudes all
Let's see if there's any other good stuff on here. Trying to remember. Beloved Chatter probably had a couple of good ones. Just do yourself a favor. If you get the DM from Ray, I'm going live, punks with Hope. Drop everything that you're doing and get on the Hope bandwagon. There's a Beloved Chatter. Let's see what this one said. What are Hope's red flags in a guy? This should be good.
Question. Good question.
all right. Yeah, hold on, I can do, like I said, I can't do dumb. Like,
Can't do dumb.
I
All
can't
right.
do dumb. So, like, if there's certain references you don't get, I'm just like,
All right, what's a reference you want a guy to get? Maybe that's
Dumb guys need not apply. Hope wants an intellectually stimulating first date. So dumb guys, don't even bother with the Hopester.
Hi, DJ Electra. DJ
Hi,
Electra.
DJ.
She sounds like Sam Elliott.
By the way, let me give DJ Electra some props. DJ Electra created the opening. So we played we're going to the shorter opening, the DJ Electra opening. DJ Electra, I owe you some scratch for the opening. So don't let me forget it. I'll get you. I haven't forgotten. I always pay my debts.
I love the opening. I'm going to follow you on Twitter if I don't already, and I'm going to commission you to do an opening for my eventual show that I still haven't started because I'm lazy and I enjoy coming on other shows more. But yes, you
Add
can.
Zumok, if you're listening, hit up DJ Electra. She'll make you the opening, and she'll put a little clock in there for you and everything. So can't say enough about DJ Electra. She's got a lot of talent. Check her out on Hack Ride and
JJC. I want a dead bathroom. I was not in the bathroom. I was signing FedEx for my coffee table.
I have a couple of extra mics I could send to you, Deb, if you want to put one in the bathroom and just kind of like a tinkle cam.
Only piss. Yeah.
Yeah. No number twos, just number ones, please.
One's radar, the thing to get. That might not mean they're dumb. Like things that interest you, they might not like. Where's open container allowed? Like the guy could be like a scientist. You're like, where's open container not allowed? What city? Is like, I don't know, Vegas.
I guess the big problem with the Hope is like you go out, you have a great day with her, you ply her with tons of drinks. You probably hit a couple of different places before the night's over. You Uber home to be safe. You bring her back. You probably fool around a little bit, and maybe she'll sleep over. Maybe she sleeps over. The next morning is where it gets a little dicey. Is that voice? I can't even pretend to. Imagine getting the wake up call. Wake up, and you're like, and you're putting the night together. You're like, wait a second. Okay, yeah, I was hanging out with Hope, and then it's like, and once again, she's lovely. Like I wouldn't kick her out of bed, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But that voice in the morning would be something.
She knows all the bartenders. Absolutely, beloved. She sure does. She's the type of girl, though, Dan, that you're drinking all night. She knows all the bartenders, right? You're getting these heavy.
You're probably getting free shots like at every bar. Like
you're getting free shots. You're getting
your Hope shot at every bar.
You're getting heavy pours on every drink. you go home, you do
She's
whatever.
probably she's the kind of girl too. Like you show up at like a random bar you never been to, and you're like, oh, okay, it's first date or whatever. She's introducing you to like half the bar. Like you're getting passed around the bar. Oh, you're here with Hope. Oh yeah, like she she probably brings like every first date
She's
there.
like a celebrity when she goes into the bars.
Yeah.
And then you go home with her, you hang out with her, whatever you do or you don't do. You guys go pass out on the bed. You wake up, you're hungover, right? But she's already up making breakfast.
She's or she's
like,
like, all right, when are we
fine.
going to brunch? Where are we going for brunch?
Let's like
Bloody
hair of the
Marys.
dog. Hair of the dog. Let's get some Bloody Marys. Let's
Oh,
get
you are
the-
absolutely 100% getting Bloody Marys if she sleeps over. Like you are getting mimosas. You're probably
yeah.
probably doing
Yeah.
all you can drink mimosa bar with
the bottomless drinks. And
fried
she
chicken and
knows,
waffles with white maple syrup. The whole
she
9
knows
yards.
the bar that opens at 7 a.m. for the night shift workers, and you're there.
So that was Hope. We love the Hope. I wanted to talk a little bit about. So we're going to totally. I'm going to totally do a pivot here. Deb, everything came out all right, though, right? We're good. You're good.
I didn't go to the bathroom. Now that we do shorter shows, I don't have
Wink,
to get
wink,
up.
wink, wink. I
Wink,
know.
wink,
She
wink.
didn't go to the bathroom. Wink, wink.
No, I had 5 cops at my house, and they said I had drugs and guns. I'm so shook.
Should we play Stalin 19 or Doom?
Is it the same thing?
It's basically the same thing. Who should we give some love to?
Stalin.
Yeah,
this
we haven't
week.
done a Stalin in a
We've
while.
done Doom a lot.
So in fact, we'll even play our little video clip for
Hey,
him.
Reverend Billy, how are you?
Clipper of the week. Too much styling misery lost clips. My lost interest keeps flipping the script. While Hammond Citizen M, a real media player. Hackers and non-Joe Burrow, who's the true slayer?
Probably should have gave it to Hackverse Anonymous since I spend so much time on the silly subreddit. But Stalin 19, this is a Stalin 19 clip. So Anthony Cumia, like the Dan Man, quote, officially out of the Kevin Brennan business again.
Again.
Show, Thursday edition of the Anthony Cumia Show. Love saying my name. Last night, I made another appearance on Shuli's show.
What's up with E-Rock? E-Rock admitted to massive theft. We're getting to it. That's next. So hold that thought, Shades Cal. Don't you go anywhere. JGG, don't you go anywhere either. We're going to be talking about E-Rock after the Coomster.
Auntie Karen. Auntie Karen. Uncle Rico, Auntie Karen. And Auntie Karen is all dedicated to Kevin Brennan. And I pretty much announced.
So for those that haven't been paying attention, Stuttering John is retired, shall we say, or is diversifying out of the dabble verse and now is just does political shows or hangs out with mommy if she comes down to Cape Coral and gives him a handy or whatever. I don't think she did that. I'm kidding if you're watching, mommy. I don't think you did that. But yeah, so Stuttering John might be over, right? I mean, the Stuttering John era could be coming to a conclusion. Is that are you buying that? Are you into it, Deb?
He'll be back. He needs that dopamine hit. He loves those $2 insults. He needs the money.
$5.
He needs the money, but he's trying his best to stay away. There's rumors swirling. He's substitute teaching again in the school district. So I think I do think he will be back. He's trying to starve them of content, but they have found the heir apparent to Stuttering John, they believe. And that is Kevin Brennan.
Kevin Brennan, the new Stuttering John. And all you have to do is go on the Shuli Network site. They are playing every night. They're doing Kevin Brennan episodes. So, and I think, yeah, I agree, Electra. I think this could be it. And John, if you're listening, you're watching, or Rob Saul, you want to tell John, disappear for 6 months. Just lay low. And if you want to come back in 6 months, no one will hold it against you. But starve them of content for that period of time and see what they do. Because Shuli is all in on the Stuttering John. So he's the kind of guy that has to go all in on something. Like he's not original enough that he can just kind of pull up anything and just start riffing about it. Like he's got to fixate on something. And now Kevin Brennan comes out of the woodwork, and Kevin has been, I don't know if you saw last night, but he was absolutely trashed. He was pissy eyed.
I was actually watching the Auntie Karen show.
Okay. And so they were sniping him?
They were watching KB from what they're doing is they're not watching him live as he goes on, but producer Joe is reporting back. Oh, Kevin said this. Kevin did this.
Oh, okay.
So they watched a whole Kevin episode from the one that was maybe like 80 minutes long, where he kept saying the pedo network over and over, and they counted it. And he had said it, I guess, 65 times within 80 minutes.
KB says they're trying to make Opie a lol cow. It's just not it. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Opie is just not, it's compelling enough. It's not, no one cares. Opie is obscurity. Opie is obscurity defined. No one cares about Opie. Every once in a while he'll say something silly and goofy and you can play a clip of it, but it's not of the level of a Stuttering John or even a Kevin Brennan. Kevin Brennan, as long as he's he's kind of wet brained a little bit, like with the screaming and the wow and the oh no and the
money.
Yeah.
That
nice podcast, stupid. You counting my money again?
Last night, by taking his phone number and blocking it, just blocked his number, that I am now officially out of the Kevin Brennan business. I will no longer do his show, no more texting, no more anything.
All right, I gotta share something that I just got. So I was talking about the lovely DJ Electra before, and I'm not kidding. A woman of many talents. She knows all the little tricks. There's a lot of like ways you can do sort of like little cartoons, and I know a couple of these websites, but DJ Electra has got them all on lockdown. She just sent me a. This is so funny. A hope cartoon in the style of The Simpsons. This is awesome. I gotta put this up. Probably did it maybe with AI. But I love this.
I love it. I love it.
Tank top with the cigarette butt hanging out her mouth. The tank top and the Daisy Dukes.
It's missing the big drink. That's the only thing it's missing.
Yes,
otherwise,
she's
it's
missing
perfect.
the wine or the whiskey shot, but everything else is absolutely perfect about that. The lovely Hope. We love Hope.
Yes, we love Hope. Let's get Hope on. Let's negotiate with Hope.
Keep Hope alive. I by the way, that's somebody else. I literally am gonna talk to Ray about getting Hope. I need to be put in contact. Hope I will pay. Hope. There are some people out there that I will pay for guest spots. Hope is one that I will pay guest spots. Like Hope, if you want some extra drinking money for the weekend, you call up the Dan Man. You can come on the show anytime you want. I fucking love Hope. Hope is the queen.
Before we go further, Carmen says Kevin counts other men's money more than anyone, and that is absolutely correct.
It's really weird, like how fixated he's on other people's, like what's in people's wallets.
But he projects and says we're all fixated, especially you, Dan, fixated on his numbers. And the only reason you bring it up is because he criticizes everybody else's numbers.
Because I know it gets under his skin.
It's great. I love it. I love it.
It's like the quick, it's like the easy pass to piss him off is talk about his money. If you pull it up and you find out he only made like $120 on a show, and you send a super chat reminding him, it sets him off so much. So yeah, he is so obsessed with the money. So yeah, that's one of my favorite things, to give him the business, as they say.
Unless it's on the Auntie Karen show on Shuli's network over there. Yeah, that I'll do. I'll shit on him. I'll talk about what a and douchebag he is. But no more like goodwill kind of whatever. Like, oh, that was funny. Oh, yeah, like a little text thing. No, done. Just done with him. He tried to not like he even tried, whatever he did, an attempt to get me in trouble over at WABC with my bosses over there, but they don't care.
I always love, this is a thing that's like very Twitter online people, is when they at your boss or your company
Right.
and try to report you.
Right.
People found out where they think I worked, and some of my biggest fans were like, this guy's a criminal cyber stalker, and he's racist and all. Like, they're adding the company that they think I work for.
Right.
And then they're like, have you fired Dan Mullen yet? They're sending
Yeah.
messages
Yeah.
like on Twitter. And then finally, it was funny. A couple of people that were doing that, my company blocked them, and they got all mad that my company blocked them. Of course, my company's or the alleged company that I work for is gonna block you if you're being a troll and asking me to be fired for no reason. It's just absolutely insane.
Reverend
Frog
Billy.
counts more than KB, but Frog is not being honest. Shuli fans are so dumb to question. I mean, the Shuli numbers, we've gone down this road. There's a lot of bot farms in Argentina that
Well,
know the currency exchanges to buy multiple memberships and
I do
whatnot.
question, not last night when Anthony was on, but a couple nights ago when he was on the Auntie Karen show, they suddenly had 6.5 thousand viewers.
Oh, well, that was Vince the
And
lawyer,
then,
right?
Oh, okay. And then it dropped.
That's what people were saying, because I
okay.
tweeted about it and people were like, "Oh, that's Vince," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess that makes sense." Because I think even Shuli is probably embarrassed to see that, because there's not 6.6 thousand people in the world that give a rat's ass
about any of this.
Dabbleverse or
Right.
or Stuttering John, or certainly not Shuli. Like, so, like, to have 6.6K live viewers, I mean, come on.
You know what though? I take issue with people being so petty, tweeting at companies, canceling gigs, going to people's houses.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Striking
Don't go to
channels.
somebody's house. Don't, like, people have my address. I've been doxxed. Don't show up at my house. I have a well, I'm not even going to say what I have, but I have things that will protect me. So if you show up at my house, it's not going to be a smart thing for you. But yeah, don't harass people in real life. Don't try to get them fired. Make fun of them you start a YouTube channel and make fun of them on that.
Use your humor. Use your
Yes.
humor to go back and forth. But this goes for anybody, whether I like them or not, on these shows, to just calling their bosses, going to their house. So don't go to Stuttering John's house.
You bring me pizza. You bring me pizza, beloved chatter. We're
yes,
cool.
You're cool. Yes,
and beloved chatter, you're cool anyway. You could.
We like you. Yeah, you could show.
Hey, I'm beloved chatter. Okay, let's go out.
Okay.
All right, that's.
But I
cool.
mean, it's garbage, and Kevin is being petty. I know a lot. We have some of the same people in the chat here, and Kevin's being a dick bag, as Anthony would say. It's my new word. I like dick bag. Kevin's being a dick bag doing this. Stop seething over Anthony getting a job on WABC radio.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't like it.
Hating.
Everybody's hating on it. You don't like it. Ignore it. Don't listen to it. There's plenty of shows in the Dabbleverse, Shitverse, Hackverse, whatever you want to call it, that I don't watch or that I check really briefly. But stop it. Don't cancel Chad's gigs. Don't cancel Stuttering John's gigs. Don't go doing any of this. It's garbage. It's immature. Kevin is 65 years old.
That's the thing that's crazy is these guys are AARP like old fogies, and they're trying to start fights with each other. And I saw Rob Saul's trying to like fight Chad in real life. It's like, I mean, a lot of it is fake. I mean, a lot of
it is wrestling kind of stuff, like T Gun said about a work. And I think when he was talking about a work earlier, I think you thought that he meant that toward you, but I think he meant that toward Chad, because Chad is want to do a work or two. Well,
Chad, everything is a work with everything is kind of fake with Chad. I mean, I think we've learned that. That's the one thing that people, or Chad got mad at me, and it's like the turn, and Dan's against me, and I was supportive of you, and how dare you, and because what got Chad mad about me, right, Deb? Do you know what the thing that I pissed off Chad about?
What was that? Enlighten us.
So a week or two ago, he was doing his daily show, and I was following that Playboard site, not Playboy, Playboard. I only read it for the articles. He had only made like forget the exact. I think it was like $7 or something like that, something really low, and it was already about 50 minutes into the show or an hour into the show. And I came in, I sent a super chat, a $2 super chat. I said, "Hey, I'm late to the show. How are the supers going?" Got so fucking shook and pissed. Oh, it was so great.
He's really thin-skinned, and Rob can be thin-skinned as well. And people, I said to Chad last week, I said something like about, he was saying, because he was mad at you, he's saying that you had me hand out merch. Whose idea was it to bring the merch?
Mine. It was my idea.
It was my idea.
Well, it was both. Well, I mean, it was both our
both
idea,
of us.
right?
But I said, I said, why don't I ship the merch out there? Because I wanted to get rid of some of it too. No offense, but it's taken up a lot of space. There was like 50 mugs, and it was taking up space. It was all over the house. I said, what better way to hand it out? We do not sell it. We do not have a merchant page or anything like that. We just give it out. What you do with it later, you want to throw it out, smash it, whatever. We give it out. And Chad said just a throwaway line.
I bought too many mugs anyway, so we just you didn't want them in
out of the mug business.
Anymore.
But Chad was like, "Oh, Dan, like you put me up to it." So I said something enough about the merch. You're out there handing out stickers.
Yeah, Chad has as much merch as anybody. He's like, "We're doing it," stickers and
right.
Ray DeVito stickers that look like Play-Doh or whatever.
So like, all I meant was like, knock it off. You're doing the same thing. You're giving away merch.
Oh my God, we gave away
and now
caps and mugs. Oh my God.
And
Stop
now,
the
like,
presses.
What's he trying to drag me into? Oh, he said I rolled over for Rob Saul. No, I went to Atlantic City. Rob Saul.
He's basically calling you like a bitch, like a dog.
A dog.
A dog in heat for Rob Saul is what he was calling you.
But you know what? I'm an adult. When you meet these people in person, he apologized. He said dopey things about me. He didn't dox me. He didn't go to my house. He didn't call jobs. He didn't do, that's terrible stuff to do. He didn't do anything like that. He said some dumb shit. And I criticized.
He gave you more publicity than you probably ever had.
It was like my advertising department. And you know what? When I walked up to him, he was gracious, bought me a drink. We talked, and we had a nice time talking together in Atlantic City. End of story. I don't need this to be. We do have the beanies. We got the baseball hats.
DJ Electra, we'll get you. So we're gonna do another run of like hats or something, and next
run
we'll
soft goods.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we don't do the mugs anymore. It's too heavy. But I like beanies. I like baseball caps. That's kind of our vibe on this show. Anyway,
I don't know Mick Diggity. I don't know how the hell he got there.
The Mint Diggity Uber service.
I don't know. I don't know that the jitney runs to the Borgata.
Yes, Mint. By the way, speaking of people that have merch, Mint Diggity is got the official DWO beanie.
Yes, he does.
Received that.
He got, I think, the one that maybe KB handed brusquely back to me and said, I don't want these. You can keep these. I don't want them.
DJ Electric. Yeah, we got to, there's a lot of things. We're getting there, right? First off, we got to get remonetized first, and then we'll get some mods. And yeah, we don't run a very professional ship here. One of these, we'll get Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo,
Rumble Bucks, Kiki Bucks,
Cash App, all the good
Kumia
stuff.
Coin.
They really, they've already had a few instances where some power players were like, "Hey, we got a problem with this guy. Anthony is passed and everything." It's like, okay. And they were just like, "Yeah, fuck them." They call me up and go, "Yeah, we just told them it doesn't matter for you." So, yeah, I don't know what the likes of a Kevin Brennan could possibly do, but yeah, I'm done. I'm done with him. No more cordial texts or that was funny or a little barb or
Have you noticed that every relationship that Kevin Brennan has kind of ends this way? That people getting blocked, hurt feelings. I'm out of the Kevin business. I'm not answering his calls anymore. I'm not going to go on his show anymore. And then what happens is all he's got left is the Felicias, the Liams, the Snorcerers.
Right.
I guess Dave Sarah now is in the rotation. No
Dave's-
offense to Dave Sarah,
No.
but we're not Stevie Lou. Chad, I guess, is back in good graces. So he's got this rotation of basically stooges that that are suck ups that need the money.
Basically kiss asses that that think that getting on Kevin Brennan's show is a big accomplishment. And I'm not gonna lie, a long time ago said, "Oh, I would love to get on MLC. Oh my gosh, that's like I love this show so much. I would love to get on here." You know what?
I would have loved. I would have been the happiest person on YouTube to get like the vaunted, the golden ticket, the link to Kevin Brennan's show. If I got it now, I would have zero interest, 0.0 interest.
I have zero interest whatsoever.
In fact, I would put what I would do is I would go live and I'd show the DM of him asking me to go, and I'd say like, "Yeah, not in your fucking life." Like
you gotta block him like Kumia. I want to read a couple of the super chats because it makes some good points. Carmen here says Chad and Kevin get angry if you don't hang on to their grudges. They're emotional toddlers.
That's the other thing I hate. That good call, Carmen. I hate that if you're not aligned with who they're aligned with, then you're not a good egg. You're not a team player. So like Chad, it's like you got to stay on top of like who he's feuding with. And if you're not, if you're allied, so like I'll give you an example. Rob Saul. Say what you will. I'm not like buddies with him. I went on his show once, maybe twice. I'm never going to go on it probably again. Deb, you go on it sometimes. And I've always said you can do whatever you want. In fact, it's good for the show. Go out and do it. And it's especially if he has a really interesting guest and you're going to be on it with him. Like I think you were going to be on with Alex if he had Alex on, so that's cool.
And sometimes I go on, I'm just like, I'm not doing anything. He sends me the link. I say, yeah, I just kind of do it spontaneously. And I wanted to add to your point before you go further. I just wanted to say this goes for chatters too. We all share kind of cross chatters. So if I say something about KB,
or Flat Cat,
or Flat Cat. Well, I love Flat Cat. Flat Cat's
how could you not love her?
Flat Cat's the sweetest person in the world. It never says a mean thing ever. But it's even the chatters sometimes. Like when Rob, Saul, and I were fighting, some of the chatters that I would chat with and were friendly with, they would mad at me. Now I'm a piece of garbage. Now I'm this. Now I'm that. That's silly because maybe I don't like a show you like. Or maybe I stopped liking a show you like, or maybe I'm critical of a show host you like. It's the same thing with politics. Everybody wants to be in an echo chamber.
And we also, one thing I should also call out, Deb, we make a concerted effort not to like, fight with people that are in the chat. Like if you're doing a show, so like I'll give another example. So Kevin Soundboard. Started out as a chatter and now he has his own show. He's going around AC talking shit about me, saying that I'm making fun of his wife, which I wasn't at all. In fact, she's his sweetheart. So yeah, so
Right.
I'm gonna retaliate. If you do a show and you talk shit about me to my friends, and you're you don't get to like hide behind, oh, I'm a chatter. He's bullying me. No, you talk shit about me and you got a show. It's fair game. That's why the other thing too, like I hate to say it, but people that bring their wives on the shows, like that's where you get friendly fire on people making fun of, Jenny Jingles or Gina Levy or somebody like that. You bring them on the show and that opens them up. Now I don't go for that. That's low lying. That's not my style, but I feel like if you do a show, you're fair game. If you go out and
Right.
you talk shit, if you have a YouTube channel and you're talking shit, then congratulations, you're in the ring, and whatever you get back at you got to know it's coming back. So that's just the way it rolls, man. And if you don't like it, then get out of the game. That's what I got to say. But we purposely do not try to pick on chatters or like, or make fun, maybe we'll poke, have a joke or something.
Fun,
But
and I, we get insults too, and we just roll with it. It's funny. Like, I mean, like I'm going to bring up the insult that I got a kick out of Ozone when he called you Mr. Potato Head with extra
that was great.
accessories, which is great.
Which is what I was gonna do. I gotta get a Mr. Potato Head for behind me and put it like, because I do look like Mr. Potato Head. Yes, Ozone, great call. I look like the Mr. Potato Head with the glasses and the hat and when I grow out my mustache, I look just like Mr. Potato Head. It's great, and that's funny. Like I have no problem with people poking fun at me. And I know people say stuff about stuff that they shouldn't say, which I won't repeat, but hey, I put myself out there, so I know that that's coming. But yeah, just I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. But
I don't
yes,
know. When you're on the shows, I guess we're all fair game.
They say I have no neck. No neck. Do I have a neck?
Yeah, I think you do.
I think it's just I hunch. I gotta get a better setup. You know what the problem is? Full disclosure, I have an awesome chair. It's like one of those like the $500 chairs, but I have it up in my upstairs office. So I have this like old like almost like video game chair down here, and it fucking sucks. And you'll see sometimes I reach down because it sometimes if you sit on it too long, it starts to go down.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's so it's one of those like you see a lot of the streamers have, and you're like, oh, that looks really cool. But then you get it, it sucks.
Right.
Tip for anyone out there: buy the good shit. Buy that, and I forget the name of it. I'll have to promote it sometime. But there are some really good chairs out there. They make and then they also boost you up. This chair, I'm like lurched over, and it's like always falling down. So I look like I'm like compressed. So yeah, I gotta work on that. But I got a better. So here we go. I got a better studio than anybody in the fucking shitverse. All right, other than maybe Winby and certainly Red Bar, who's not in the shitverse. But like KB is still using a green screen. Chad did the 45-degree angle, in the corner.
Well,
like
Beloved
these guys
pointed out.
That's what you're doing with your super chats. They all go in their pockets. Every dollar I ever made on this, and I didn't make much. Every buck has always gone back in it and more. We give away shit. We make a nice studio and have it fun, because that's what it is. It's a hobby. I don't have any fucking delusions. But you got the KBs of the world who are, oh my God. And then he's like, no, Marlon ain't got no money. Yeah, of course I'm not even monetized right now. I don't care. I'm not doing it for money. Like, and that's the funny thing that these people don't get is they all think that we have, or anyone has the same motivation as they do. I just do it because it amuses me. I'm not,
It's
fun.
like, hey,
it's
nice. Get to interact with interesting people. And KB is low effort. He's using an AI backdrop that Mr. Kill made.
We got Not Flat Cat on the show. Chinese people sit on Dave Riggs.
Yeah, I want to. I like great. Not Black Cat. That's I like. Now I want to put back Carmen and get back here. Carmen's making some really good points. KB loves to shit on supporters. He's not a decent guy. And he's not. Everything is transactional with him. You're only good to him as long as you're giving super chats, as long as you're that new whale with the $49.99 or the $100 super chats. Everything is transactional. It's gotten worse. And if you've noticed, with the exception of like Beloved Chatter and some other ones, he's lost a lot of the really good chatters. You don't see one Furious F. You don't really see Big W anymore. Big W is doing Pogo.
Well, you know who
Clown.
One Furious F is, right?
No,
Him and Big W. They're both
or
Clown
on
Town.
Povo, yeah.
No, he's not Povo. He's Papa Kill, I think he calls
Oh,
himself.
Papa Kill. Okay.
Which I kind of didn't get that whole thing, and I'm like, who's this guy? I thought he was doing a wacky voice, and he's trying to be Mr. I didn't get what that was, but I guess that's One Furious F.
But you've
Povo
lost,
somebody else, and
right?
then Big W
But
somebody
you've
else.
lost like a lot of really good chatters that have just I've gotten bored with the show, and like you, Dan, it was appointment viewing.
Yeah.
Kumia was appointment viewing too. But Kevin started to become the 4:00 show or the 4:30 show that I wanted to get home and watch. And he had great guests, TJ Miller. He had Sam Tripoli today. But even with Sam Tripoli, I was just
Is
like,
Sam Tripoli the one that you interviewed?
No, I knew you were going to say that. No, Sam Morrell.
I get them always mixed up.
You always say that. Yeah.
Is he the one you interviewed? Or was the other Sam?
Yeah, you always, every time Sam Tripoli's name comes up.
All right, all right, enough for it. All right, let's get to the rock stuff. All right.
Okay.
KB sucks. I'll leave it on this to just put a bow on it to reemphasize what you said. One thing that if you watch KB now, he gets shit-faced a lot, and he does these night shows. He gets shit-faced, and if he gets a $50 super chat, he gets so pissy-eyed. He starts like he was almost crying every time he got a 50. Like Permaseal, you get it, like these guys. You guys get it. You get what's important. What's important is sending Daddy Kevin $50 super chats, and he's crying like this is like his whole life. It's really, really sad and pathetic. Speaking of sad and pathetic, let's talk about E-Rock, shall we? So, did you catch any of this E-Rock on Chrissy Bear?
I caught part of it. I did see clips about the archives, and that's where you're going. What is E-Rock wearing? What is that called? It looks like he's wearing an ascot. Is that
He's wearing he has no fashion sense whatsoever. He looks like he's wearing a green, like a lime or a aqua green with a yellow lining to it, polo shirt, and in the height of fashion, a very dark undershirt underneath it, because you definitely want those color clashes on a bright green polo shirt, and then he has a pullover on top of it, and I'm guessing these are all double XLs if that chin is any indication. And by the way, Frank and Chrissy, if you're watching, this is transformative. It's on Hackverse Anonymous or actually TACN Reddit subreddit. And if I need to put in little funny wacky voices so you don't flag me, but
no, they won't. They won't. This has been going around all over the Clippers.
Okay. So E-Rock, it makes a big admission here. So E-Rock was the producer for the famous Opie and Anthony show. Leo Gunn, he's a total chuckle.
I had the wrong one. Sorry, Leo Gunn. Wait, hold on.
E-Rock looks like he's wearing a fat Dan Mullen Halloween costume, just missing the Under Armour hat. Thank you, Carmen. Yes, E-Rock is like a fatter
That's the
version
one
of
I
me.
wanted to show. That's funny.
That's a good one. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Sound would be good.
Okay, Kevin.
It is what it is. Like, would you talk to him? Maybe. Yeah, I would talk to him, but there's a lot of shit that would have to be sorted out before.
And now he's talking about Opie. So E-Rock and Opie, very contentious relationship back to the Opie and Anthony days. And E-Rock, for those that don't know, was the producer of the Opie and Anthony show.
Anything could ever move forward. I love getting the messages of I think it's only one guy with like several Twitter accounts.
Really?
But yeah, because it's always sort of the same wording with the message, but it's like Opie says you.
By the way, that sign is
crooked. It's
hilarious.
driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts because it's crooked. I'm the
obnoxious if you read it. First off, do you know
it's every name of it's? I think it's everybody that's been on her show, right? It says Michael Malice.
Not even. It's people that gave her money for the studio. So it was her GoFundMe.
Yes. If you gave her a certain amount, you got some kind of recognition. But I thought
you were a producer of her show.
I thought it was going to be. I remember this, and I thought it was going to be maybe like the wood paneling or tile, and all the names would be on a tile, like part of the wall. something
It looks like a
tasteful.
funeral parlor or like an old timey like mausoleum or a Madame Tussauds. It's a
This is
weird
this
background.
is this is like the kind of wallpaper my friend Mario growing up. His Italian
Yes.
mom from Sicily had in the dining room, and I used to always like, you can feel it. It's felt. It's raised up, and the sign looks like a sign from a roller rink that with the hot dogs or bowling alley where you have to stick the letters in if you ever worked in a concession stand as a kid and you had to change the menu. Those
Oh yes.
press in letters and they'd fall off and you had to change the prices. That's what the sign looks like, and it's crooked. I bring
It says welcome to the, and also the spacing is ugly.
Oh,
Everything is ugly about this. Welcome to the Michael Malice, Rocky Pintazzi, Amy Taylor, Crash Mondo Jr., Matthew Hammond, Wolfie. I guess Wolfie is a person. Carmen Studer, Treasure Dave, Brandon Muse, Eric O'Sullivan, Wes the Sports Guy, P. Peach, Bradley Bergen, Ian so forth, Gushy Stophopoulos, Butchie Hunt, Scott W. Berwick, Berserker, Felipe Broussard, Big Poppy, Frank Cameron, Big Pete Bear, Robert Cusack, Mark Perfetti, Michael Montoya Jr., GJJEA Studio. So if you gave
can't even
$100 in the thing, you get your name on the crooked ugly sign that you can barely read. That is a fucking eyesore. The colors, everything about this if this is a studio, everything about it fucking sucks.
I think it's
so
probably.
bad.
I'm thinking it's in her house. Like they live with Frank's parents, and no shame on that.
Mama
Seriously.
Pellegrino's this is like Mama Pellegrino did like a twofer. Like we're gonna redo their dining room, and
we had
extra.
Yeah.
We got the Italian, lights and wallpaper.
But I mean, good on her. Good on her. She wasn't grifting anybody. People willingly contributed. So good on her that she has carved out a section. At least there is some effort here. There is wallpaper, a big plant, some comfy chairs. The little
what?
things like,
This episode happened in this episode too, right, Deb? Do you know what the other infamous thing that happened in this episode?
no, I just really saw the OP part. And the O&A.
The super chat that I sent?
Yes, and that was mean.
I know.
That was mean. I can't believe you're owning up to that. You had that under a different name.
That was very mean spirited.
Don't show it.
I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it, but I made a very mean spirited super chat, and I won't repeat it.
And I told you that was mean spirited when you showed it to me.
Well, it wasn't me. It was my alter ego mulling it over.
You stole.
It's not my fault.
You were untoward.
Very untoward.
The stuff.
We all know that Opie's had a Reddit sock account that he denies.
Like what?
There was a clip a long time ago. Ope said, "I stole the archive of O&A. Like all that stuff was for him, and I won't give it to him." It was something along those lines, right? My job was to archive everything.
I guess I should have watched this clip before. This is I don't even know if this is the confession. Oh, this is the problem with the fucking Reddit stuff. So I flubbed that. But he went on the show. He basically admitted that he stole the archives for Opie and Anthony.
Right.
And he said that he'll give it back, but Opie has to act like a human. And so, which leads, I think, actually, I do have the clip, I think, of Opie's response. So that kind of probably puts a
bow on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can get that up.
I'm liking some of these jokes here. I'm just going to throw them up. We don't have to read them, but just do your thing. They're funny.
Oh, E-Rock looks like Grimace from McDonald's without the Doom. One of these days I want to be on the intro to Doom. I love his little intro things.
Would you like to be my friend? We can have beers together.
Richulo, is it true that you asked E-Rock for the O&A archive, but he refuses to give it to you until you grow up like an adult and talk to him? Yeah, I guess he he could keep the O&A archives. I'm not playing this stupid game.
This is the funny part too about this whole thing. So like E-Rock supposedly stole them, and now he's like holding them for ransom or something from Opie or whatever he's doing. Opie doesn't want them. E-Rock's trying to like use it to like get something, and Kumia doesn't seem like he cares.
Right.
So like this show used to be like the top 2 radio, like the number 2 behind Stern, and like everybody associated with it hates each other, and nobody wants the archives of it. And it's, I mean, it's Opie and Anthony. If it wasn't, I mean, it's been dead for a while. Let's be honest, but it like nobody even cares anymore. And YouTube's probably part of it too, because everybody just watches on YouTube at this point anyway.
Some people still hold on to hope and care, but I don't think it works anymore. Anthony and Jimmy are great. I can't see Opie and Anthony getting back together. It's dead. Put a fork in it. It's dead. It's gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, the fork was put into it a long time ago. It's not.
Did I hear that Nikki Norton is having issues? Did somebody say that? Like that she's kind of flown off the handle? Maybe it's probably you got to be careful what you read online, because there's so much nonsense. Somebody said she was institutionalized or something. Which,
no, I think that's. No, I think I don't. Think
I think
so.
that's just.
I don't think so. No,
those stupid Reddit guys, those bastards.
I think if I'm to believe the internet, which is crazy, I get it. Supposedly, if I become a human being, then I could get my life's work back.
Opie, if I could just have one comment, as one professional to another streamer, he doesn't understand how to do lighting.
Right.
He always like everything is poorly lit. So like this is like his face is shadowed, but you have like
the lights coming from behind.
Yes, but then he's eclipsed by the door thing. He does the same thing in his apartment in the morning.
The ring light
comes in, and the ring light in his face reflecting on the dirty glass. Turn it around. Use the sunlight as like natural light on your face, or don't have a ring light that shows up in the background. I mean,
you know what? I don't have a beef with Opie or anything. I know when I see Opie's show go on at 4 a.m. or whenever he goes on 6 a.m., I know I have insomnia because I've been up all night. That's the only time I ever catch it, is if I've been up all night or I've maybe nodded off early.
Pulling a Dave Sarah, where you catch Opie in the morning because you've been
well, no, I don't. I don't.
No, I know. Deb doesn't do that.
I actually lately I've been going to bed early, and then I'll wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm kind of wide awake. And you pick up the phone, you start looking at things in the YouTube notification. He's in my notifications, it'll pop up, and I'll be like, I just say, "Hi, Opster." He does the roll call. He reads everybody's name in there, and once he says hi to me or good morning, I try to go back to bed.
The go to bed Opie. Yes.
I'm like,
that's actually a good idea. If I'm having like insomnia, like wait for Opie to get up and then have him read my super chat. Good morning.
Good morning, Opster. Once he acknowledges you, all right. You go to bed.
It's kind of like for a guy like that, if you ever seen that episode of Seinfeld where like they have to masturbate to fall asleep because they can't fall asleep. That's kind of like it's like you could jerk off to fall asleep, or you could get your morning Opie greeting, and that'll put you to sleep. Like now I could sleep in peace because Opie said hi.
Now Luke says Opie lights himself terribly on purpose. His days of being a male model are long gone.
He's been doing this since he's 18. So like he knows what he's doing, and he could have been a model. He did the Coke commercials. He could have been a hand model, but yes, correct. The days of being young Opster with check out the empties, man. Yeah, those days are long past.
Oh my God. Are you guys getting it yet?
Oh, Max, you scamp.
Hear me out. I need to be
I'll do the Dave Sarah.
Human being. Oh. And then I can get my life's work back. I sit here sometimes and I want understanding. I really do. I want to take responsibility for my part in the whole craziness of the Opie and Anthony world. I have gone to therapy. I've looked deep into myself. I still got things to figure out. I'm a work in progress. But E-Rock, if it's true, said I need to become a human being and then I could get my life's work back. This is coming from a guy that worked for a monster. Are you going to make believe you didn't know all the crazy shit that Anthony does that kind of doesn't make him look like a human being?
Yeah, that's an interesting reveal. Opie's doing the therapy, I guess. Maybe couples therapy or are you Deb, what are your thoughts on therapy? Are you pro therapy, anti therapy? I guess it's good for some people.
I
They
think
say
it's like anything out there, if you want to talk about like AA, some people it works and some people it doesn't work for. Therapy is the same way. I have a good support system of people in my life that I can talk to, that I don't feel I need a stranger to unload all my issues to a stranger. I feel pretty good right now in life. So I'm not really a therapy person, but I don't discount it for others. Your solution is your own path.
Yeah, Freud, I think, famously said that Irish are the only people that are like that are not susceptible or not open to therapy because we're just wired differently, and I think there's something to that a little bit, like because I don't like that's why like even when I was younger, like people were like, wow, you could, people a lot of people find value in going to therapy. I'm like, no, that's really not for me. I'd rather wallow and get Irish Catholic guilt about the things that I haven't done well and work it out. I'll work it out in my own mind, right? I'll figure it out. I'll talk. Because that's all it is. That's what therapy is.
It's
talking to you. You basically they ask you open-ended questions and you talk yourself into things.
Right.
I don't need someone to ask me questions.
They don't tell you what to do, and you're paying them all this money. And if you say, what should I do? What should I do? I could do A or B. And then they just, did you dump me? I'm not on screen anymore. That's okay.
Whoops, sorry. I'm
But
sorry. I
that's
didn't mean to
okay.
do that.
No, that's okay. But
I had because let me okay. Let me just take my moment.
Okay.
I want to give my synopsis of therapy. Why I have a problem with therapy.
Okay.
The therapist doesn't care about you. Okay. So they ask you questions and they pretend like they care. They don't really care.
Right.
Okay. It's all a mind game. It's all, as a salesperson, it's basically a sales con. Your therapist doesn't care about you. They ask you questions to have you talk yourself into something and then take your money. You're better off keeping your money and asking yourself those questions at home and working it out in your own head. That's my synopsis. That's how I feel about therapy. I could be wrong. People can tell me I'm wrong. I think it's a bunch of hooey. I think it's fake. I think it's fraudulent. I think it's a parlor trick. I can work this shit out in my own head. I don't need someone to help me do it.
I can. I think some people can't, and they don't have a support system, and they don't have people they can confide in. So I'm very upfront and open. I'm a straight shooter. If I have a problem, I tell you. I don't really keep a lot inside. I'm introspective enough to figure it out. I've had.
Yeah, but I want to give you I feel like I need to give you a hug right now.
Why?
Can we hug it out?
Yeah, why?
Sometimes you just need a hug.
Yeah, a hug is great. Or
that's all the therapy I need is a nice big hug every once in a while.
You know what? A hug, or let's go get something to eat. Hey, let's go out for a couple beers. Let's bring let's go get our friend.
That's what Irish therapy is. 2 beers.
Yeah.
2 beers.
Go to honestly, that's whenever I had a problem. What was it? Let's go to the pub. Let's go to the pub.
There's nothing 2 pints can't fix.
Have some wings, a couple pints. You run into other people. Maybe you'll meet Hope, and she'll take you all over town, run you around, and you'll forget you had a problem.
Hope therapy would work too. I could
Hope
get down with
therapy. Yes,
therapy.
hope therapy.
All right, we're at about the 2-hour mark. Time to slide down the dinosaur.
Let's wrap it up. Yes.
Okay. What final thoughts do you have, Deb? How let's bring it all together. What's your takeaway from everything we've talked about today? What did we learn today?
What did we learn
steal a
today?
doodleism.
What did we learn? We need the music. Well, we learned that, these beefs that people are having are pointless. Learn to be adults.
Don't count other people's money.
Don't count other people's
unless
money.
you're me and you're doing it to
and we're only
to them.
Counting your money because that's all you do is talk about money. And
Yes.
Therapy kind of stinks for Irish.
Therapy is bogus. Therapy sucks. Hope is awesome.
You know who likes therapy?
E-Rock
The Jews.
sucks.
The Jews like therapy.
They do. They're
but no, the Jews are very much like, watch any Woody Allen movie.
Very,
it's always on the couch with the therapist.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it's very Jewish.
It's very Jewish.
No offense to our Hebrew friends, but
right.
Very
no
Jewish
offense.
activity.
And the other last thing, we love the ladies in the Dabbleverse.
Yes, we love them all.
Black
and white, fat and skinny, tall,
trans,
short,
gay,
with penis and without
straight,
penis, assigned male at birth,
polycule, pansexual,
Fat Life, Bumble,
Fat Life, Bumble, Rumble, StreamYard.
So I got a show this weekend with the what would we call him? The legendary Boomia this weekend. We'll talk about Patrick and we'll talk more about Hildy. We'll be able to do it on Rumble, so I won't have to like wipe everything off the restream. Deb, are you what do you got going on? So are you what's new? Are you at the show? Are you going to do your show or where are we at with the show?
I am.
Okay.
I'm doing.
When is that
I'm
starting?
I'm being like Chad. Well, I can't. I have some commitments that this month coming up that I don't have time to really work on it. I think I'm gonna hit up DJ Electra for some kick-ass intro. I love that intro for this show, and I'll be collecting for my studio. I want to get textured wallpaper and a sign with stick-on letters. So we'll have like, Mid Diggity, Max Normal. You know what? I should make a sign like that now. I'm thinking out loud here. I think I'm going to make a sign, welcome to the studio, and it's going to be all the chatters. Max Normal, Leo Gun, But
yeah. And we should what we should do? We should do that other run of merch. So
okay.
like what kind of what do you think we should do for the next run of merch? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, spring's coming, so we're not wearing the beanie.
Hey, yo, what up? This Tyrone.
Fuck off.